Well, when you see a loved one struggling with things like mental health, substance abuse, it's so hard to know what to do, how to go about getting the help that they need. Well, we have a story that we hope can help point people in the right direction. With me this morning is Deidre Tigert with Stout Street Foundation, as well as her mom of a former Stout Street patient, Kathy. Hi, good morning to the both of you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, this is an important message, and as we were just talking, that should be talked about more. Kathy, let's start with you. You have a very meaningful connection to the Stout Street Foundation. Can you tell me a little bit about your story?
Well, Deidre was in trouble, and I knew she was. Didn't know what to do about it. Had never heard of Stout Street Foundation, but she heard about it, told me about it, and I said, okay, that's what we need.
Yeah.
And it just kind of went from there.
Okay, and so you pretty much encouraged Deidre to go there and just start the journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm sure that was hard as a mother too, because I think about my mom and me as a mom, and it definitely hits the heart, doesn't it, to see a loved one.
I was used to being able to pick up the phone and call her whenever I wanted to. And Stout Street has some very strict rules, and they just can't get on the phone whenever they want.
Yeah.
They have certain times they can do things and certain times they can't.
Okay.
So, and you have to abide by those.
Yeah, and a lot of times it works for a lot of people. Now, Deidre, Stout Street Foundation, how did this help you in that moment, and how did you feel it was different from other things?
So the way that it helped me was it gave me 2 years to step away from my own life and to look at the belief systems and the core beliefs that I had and the behaviors that I had, and look at how those weren't serving me anymore, what I could do differently, how I could relearn those behaviors, and be more pro-social in the things that I did. As far as what's different about Stout Street, they're a no-cost upfront program. So you're 2 years in treatment, and the way that you pay for your treatment is you work during the day and then you do your therapy in the evenings. That's almost unheard of, right? And then if you don't have health insurance or something like that, a lot of times treatment isn't an option for you. The other thing is they offer medically assisted therapy, so you can take medications, and they offer select mental health medications for you to take as well.
Okay. Now, what took you to Stout Street, and why do you think people that are struggling right now really need to make that change, and this is a great option?
What took me to Stout Street was the proposition of going to jail, to be honest with you. I called Stout Street as an alternative to sentencing in a prison. I think that the reason people should call them, though, is they are, in my opinion, they're one of the best facilities when it comes to dealing with those folks that are most deeply entrenched in their addiction, that are most deeply involved in the criminal justice system, that are dealing with not having a place to live, that they don't have a job. I mean, these are all things that Stout Street helps you with, so that by the time you finish, you have all the tools that you need in order to be able to be successful.
That's a great resource. It's the work program, I think, is really a great resource for so many people that are struggling. What's the best way to find Stout Street and to call and learn more about how it can help?
There's two ways. You can go to stoutstreet.org. That's our website, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about the program. Or you can call 303-321-2533, and you can actually speak to other residents who are actually in the program currently, and they can answer any questions that you have.
Okay, I think that could be super helpful as well. Kathy, I want to go back to you as a mom. You really did take that action to help your child. What do you recommend other moms do if they need help for their loved ones?
I think probably availing yourself of what's out there, finding out what's out there, and finding someone who can help you intervene. That was something I didn't do. I jumped right in it feet first, and
Yeah.
that didn't work too well.
Yeah. But here we are 24 years later, you said? That's wonderful, Deidre. And thank you, Kathy, for being such a great mom and for sharing your story this morning. Thank you to the both of you for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody, you can learn a lot more about Stout Street Foundation. You can even donate to them and continue providing services and support to patients. Learn more about upcoming events, volunteer opportunities, and ways to give. That website, stoutstreet.org, or you can call 303-321-2533.